guys need to understand, Dami is a Yoruba boy, okay? Dami Lola is a Yoruba boy. I knew he wouldn't disappoint. Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing okay and everyone is doing well. I cannot lie, that was a very strong episode. So there's a lot for us to unpick and unpack in today's review. So as I usually end up always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, of course be sure to subscribe. Currently on the road to 25k, and God willing we're going to reach it very soon. So if you love these reviews and you keep coming back, please subscribe and support your girl. And second of all, get cozy, comfy, hot Ribena and your snacks. So let's get into this review. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but anyway, yeah. So let's start off with Jay and Ekin-Su and Dami and Amber. So as you guys know, in yesterday's episode there was a little friction, you know, just a little tension, because of course Dami was opening up to Jay and Ekin-Su that he maybe feels like there isn't much of a connection with Amber, and of course as he's opening up, Ekin-Su had to change I think she changed the conversation to something like, oh, you know, the other day I had a headache or something, whilst Amber was walking over. So they're just having a chin wag, and 110% there is tension there. In her confessionals, Ekin-Su was then speaking about how she wants Dami to basically take risks, because that's exactly what Love Island is about, and we would notice this because you be taking risks every other day. So Dami and Amber end up going for a chat, and in all honesty I think everyone has already picked up on this. Amber definitely isn't interested in Dami, or even if she was, she has completely lost interest. But Dami was basically just speaking to her to just kind of figure out, like, where is your head at kind of thing. Like, you're moving a bit funny with me, there definitely is some tension there, is everything okay, you're quite nonchalant with me, a bit blunt, a bit cutthroat. And she basically just spoke about how, you know, she's just trying to protect herself and things like that. Dami's definitely trying, and you guys already know how I feel about Dami. Dami is 100% one of my favorite guys in the villa anyway, but you can tell that Dami is really trying, and all of a sudden, and not even all of a sudden as well, eventually the person who's also trying to squeeze energy or love out of someone is eventually going to get tired. So I don't think it is a surprise that Dami is now starting to think, maybe Amber doesn't really like me as much, and Amber 100% is also displaying signs that she doesn't like him as much as well. So let's move on to Ikenna and Indiyah, right? A lot to discuss here as the show goes on, but Ikenna and Indiyah basically ended up going for a chat just to see how things were going between them. I personally feel like Ikenna, as lovely as he may seem, I don't know if Love Island are showing us the wrong scenes in the main shows, because if you watch the unseen bits, or if you have watched it, you'll see that Ikenna has a lot of personality, but it comes across like on the main show it's like she's just talking to bread, really trying to squeeze water out of a rock. I do feel like Ikenna may struggle with communication issues, if that makes sense, because I feel like him and Indiyah have the same conversation on rotation like every 2 to 3 days, and the conversation and replies are always the same. Ikenna was speaking to Dami about the situation with Indiyah, and was just kind of like, you know, he doesn't really know how he feels really weird, he doesn't really understand why he feels this way. And obviously Dami, there's only so much, okay, there's actually only so much that Dami can say, because yeah, I hate you bro, but I kind of like your girl. So I feel like that conversation was quite funny, because Dami was trying to give good advice but at the same time not trying to say too much. And I guess as well the situation with Indiyah was 110% playing on Ikenna's mind as well. So let's move on to the drama, because this drama was literally within the first 15 minutes of the show, and I said, you know what, this is going to be a good episode, all right? It's going to be a very good episode. So Jay and Ekin-Su were speaking, right? And randomly, you guys already know how I feel about Ekin-Su. As much as I love her being a bombshell, I do feel like she does low-key give main character syndrome. I don't know if this is Love Island or EastEnders in her head, but she basically was speaking about how, oh, you know, I just don't feel like everyone is genuine. Obviously Jay's just thinking like, what do you mean people aren't genuine? Like, do you think the girls don't like you? And she's just like, nah, like, I just don't think people are genuine in their situations, like in their couples. And I was just thinking like, okay, on one hand I get where she's coming from, but on the second hand, it's not really your business if people aren't genuine in their couples. Like, it's, I don't know, maybe it's just me, let me know, maybe I'm overthinking it, maybe I'm underthinking it. But Jay basically said that, oh, he feels like, you know, maybe Amber and Paige don't like her. And I was thinking, is it Jay or is it Jada? Because it's given in women's business, okay? That's exactly what it's given. If you haven't watched Real Housewives of Atlanta, you wouldn't know Peter or Patricia. It's a private joke, if you know, you definitely know. But it was given Jay or Jada. I defo understand that maybe Jay may be observant of how the girls take to Ekin-Su, but that comment there was given in women's business, in my personal opinion, okay? My personal opinion, but we're going to go into that very soon because drama is definitely brewing. Sorry, I'm talking really fast, I need to breathe. Yeah, so let's move on to Indiyah and Dami going for a chat, and when they went for a chat I said I'm awake. I won't lie, I was 100% awake. she was asking, you know, and they were basically just speaking about whether or not they feel like they have sexual chemistry between one another. You can definitely see there's a lot of cheekiness there, there's a lot of flirt in there, you know, there's a lot, oh, love to see it. Love to see. But they were basically speaking about having a connection and how much they bounce off each other and things like that. I was definitely laughing because Amber's neck was doing this. Amber was what? Amber was stretching. Dami and Indiyah, there is a potential that something could happen. I do feel like they are both opening up their eyes to see that there is a potential for us to kind of see if this can, you know, become something bigger than it is. And I guess as well because they're both having issues within their own couples itself. The pieces to the puzzle is painting a beautiful picture. We love to see. So let's move on to Amber and Ekin-Su because this is when the drama was brewing, literally within the first 15 minutes of the show. Amber initially said that she didn't have an issue with her, but basically the way she acts makes her question her, and I understand where Amber's coming from. I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Amber myself, but I do feel like the way Ekin-Su acts, it's not someone I can be friends with because I don't know how you're going. I don't know if you're going to give me Genuine one day or you're going to give me EastEnders the next. But they were having a conversation, and then all of a sudden she was just like, Ekin-Su said, oh, just because you're not secure in your relationship. Okay, first things first. Dami told you that in confidence, all right? Now you're just speaking out of anger because now that someone is coming for you, you feel like you have to attack back. Whilst all of this was happening, of course, they're now starting to get a bit louder, and the girls in the villa and the guys as well are starting to see, it's like something is going on over there and we need to go check it out. So the girls now come. I'll be honest with you, the girls being there, it was just low-key given, I need to be present and I need to eavesdrop because they were literally just sitting there. I was even thinking like, girls, you guys actually feel the same way. Sorosoke, like literally speak up. So Gemma was of course calling out Ekin-Su like, oh, you know, like we do feel like you can be genuine, but I guess on the other hand, you know, we just don't really know like what you're about. And I was just thinking, that's very interesting, Gemma, because you're definitely the one that was egging her on to go on the terrace, and now you're saying that she's two-faced. Very interesting, but I feel like girls can be like this anyway, if I'm going to be honest. I definitely feel like girls can be like this. Of course, things are now getting a bit heated, and guess who starts crying? I'm not a heartless person, okay? I have a very good heart, if I'm going to be honest. But when Ekin-Su was crying, I just said, sis, pack it up. Pack it up. It's giving the boy who cried wolf. Like, there's a lot of tears that have been coming from you, and now people don't take you seriously. Like, literally, Ekin-Su started crying, and no one even comforted her. That, I don't know, that was a bit dark, okay? Everyone was literally just staring at her. But it was just given very interesting because even if you guys remember, when Ekin-Su did initially enter the villa, she said she's not here to make seasonal girlfriends. Okay, but you seem to be triggered that none of the girls like you. And it's not even that they don't like you, it's the fact that they think you're two-faced, which is questionable because Ekin-Su definitely gives us 10 different types of Ekin-Su literally in one episode. But I'll be honest with you, I don't really like Amber too tough, but I feel like I have to agree with her on the situation. Let me know if you agree or you disagree down below because I do feel like Ekin-Su is a bit much. Personally, I just feel like it's a sticky one because Ekin-Su is playing the game well. She's on Love Island, she's doing what needs to be done, and I guess quote unquote she has been the only one who's been very open and honest about not being happy in a situation, even though she took the dark route to get there, but not being happy in a situation and then going for what she wants, and I guess she feels like the other girls aren't. But at the same time, I don't really feel like you should care about that. I don't know, I feel like the whole situation was just a bit weird. Someone did also mention on Twitter though that they think Amber is upset because Amber actually wants Jay. And if you guys remember, Amber and Jay did actually have quite a good relationship / connection when they went on their date. So yeah, it's quite interesting, but I just need Ekin-Su to pack in the tears. I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see it no more. And like I said, I'm not a heartless person, but it's just giving it over the top. Yeah, so let's move on to the following morning. Of course, the girls are speaking about the situation and the guys are also speaking about the situation as well. Mainly the topical conversation, sorry, for the girls was around Indiyah and Ikenna. On the other hand as well, Ikenna was also speaking to the guys about his relationship with Indiyah. Definitely jail for Jacques. Okay, so of course Jay was also speaking about the situation that happened the night before with Amber and stuff like that, and Jacques made a cheeky comment like, you picked the wrong girl if you didn't want drama. And I love Jacques because Jacques leaves a lot of cheeky comments throughout the villa, but also at the same time Jay should know this, like Ekin-Su is #1 drama queen in that villa and you guys are now a couple, so bro, you have to deal with it. Yeah, so let's move on to Ekin-Su and Amber. Guys, wait, tears in my eyes. You know, I thought my audio on my TV stopped working. The silence, I actually went for my remote and put up the volume until I heard like, I think Ekin-Su was doing her makeup and I heard like the brush move and I was like, oh, they're actually sitting there in silence. But yeah, Ekin-Su and Amber were doing their makeup in complete okay, complete and utter silence. Of course the tension is still there from the night before. Definitely awkward. Of course Amber ended up breaking the silence and was like, oh, should we have a chat? So she sits down next to Ekin-Su, Ekin-Su's sitting down next to her, and they're just having a conversation. I don't know, was it really an apology? I guess they did both say sorry to each other, but Ekin-Su like apologized for the comment that she made with you know, oh, like you're not even secure in your blah blah blah. I don't know why you're apologizing, sis, because you knew that was facts and you knew you wanted to say that. You don't need to be fake, let's be real. There was a lot of truth to what each of them were saying, and I feel like they both could have just been honest in saying, I actually did believe that and I'm saying it with my chest. There's no point of lying or saying that, oh, I didn't actually mean that, I didn't mean to. You meant it, okay? You definitely meant it. So let's move on to Dami speaking to Andrew about how he feels about Amber and how he feels about Indiyah. And Andrew was being honest as well. Andrew just said, you know, you should 100% go for it. I think that's good advice. I wouldn't understand why anyone would tell him not to go for it. So let's move on to Indiyah speaking with the girls. So Indiyah was speaking with the girls. I repeated that, I don't know why. But Indiyah was speaking with the girls and Ikenna comes over. Indiyah. I love how he says her name. It's a shame that we're not going to hear that anymore. We probably still might, but anyway. He decided that, you know, he wanted to pull Indiyah for a chat. Let's speak about the girls already saying that, you know, Indiyah looks stunning in that purple, because chef's kiss, she absolutely did, and we stan. Black girls look great in every colour, so I don't know why everyone is even surprised, just saying. I feel like if anything, Indiyah was the one that was leading that conversation, even though Ikenna was the one that called her to have a chat. I feel like one thing that Ikenna probably does struggle with is communicating things effectively, and that's okay, by the way, that's not shade. There are some people who don't know how to communicate things effectively, but I feel like if anything, Indiyah was even the one that low-key had to draw it out of him that this isn't working and it's okay for us to be friends. Moving on to the challenge. So they ended up getting a text that they were going to be partaking in a challenge. And I'm definitely not a fan of this challenge. So this is a challenge where they have to transfer stuff to the other person's mouth, just with their mouth. It's just a bit messy. I'm a germaphobe as well. A lot of people don't brush their teeth twice a day. A lot of people don't use mouthwash. A lot of people don't floss. A lot of people just, oral hygiene, it doesn't really cross their mind. So this, yeah, even like literally my friend was messaging me as the challenge was going on, and she said, I won't lie, if they said that this is a challenge I have to do, you can actually just send me home because I'm not partaking in it. But anyway, I don't really have much to say about this challenge other than the fact that Danica and Luca won. Their confessional was 110% awkward. What? Do you know how awkward that confessional was? Literally, they were speaking about, oh yeah, they won, they gave each other a high five, and then Danica was like, oh, you know, this is so surprising, you know. And Luca's just sitting there like, because she's not even smiling, she's literally saying this with a straight face, and it's true. A few days ago, you didn't even want to know who I am, and look at us winning a challenge together. Shocked. Very shocked. So let's move on to Paige and Jacques, okay, because they were given Baywatch scenes, okay. I won't lie, they were given Baywatch. I think they were the only couple who showered after that challenge, which didn't really give. It looked like the rest of them were just lounging there, but no, they were actually given Baywatch. I do really like Paige. I really like Jacques as well. I think he's a great addition to the villa, very cheeky, and I really love how they deaded that whole Jackson Gemma storyline, because we really did not give two flying monkeys about it. But you can tell that Paige just really liked Jacques, and as the episode goes on, we're gonna see something cooking. Something's gonna happen. Let's move on to the nighttime. So at night, Ikenna was speaking with the guys and his replacement. Okay, because obviously he's just opening up about, oh yeah, like, you know, we decided that we're going to be friends, you know, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, and Dami's just sitting there awkward, like, because what can I say? I want to take your girl, so if it's even good, be talking to me, let me know what you've done wrong so I know what to do right. So what was also quite interesting was Amber was also speaking to Indiyah, so it's just interesting, like, they can't openly speak about what's going on because who they're speaking about it to, yeah, you know what I mean, you know, you definitely know what I'm trying to say. It's a bit awkward, it's a bit confusing, but it definitely is quite funny. Let's move on to Danica and Davide. So Danica, sorry, I said Danina. Davica and Danica. Not me mixing names. Danica and Davide, it's the double D's, it's confusing me. But Danica and Davide were having a little chat. I definitely feel like Davide is back in his element. Danica was like, obviously, you know, you're a very attractive guy, you're like one of the most attractive guys here. And Davide was like, oh, really? You know how Davide is, oh, you think? I was just thinking, God, this guy. But I love him in the villa. I definitely do love him in the villa. Do I think something is going to cook up between both of them? Not really likely, but I guess that's just a nice scene to speak about. Let's move on to Paige and Jacques, because it's giving what it needs to give. And you know we like Paige here. I think Paige is an absolute sweetheart, and I definitely do think, and I hope as well, that she does find love in the villa. But they are 100% sitting over each other. He's very giddy around her, she's very giddy around him, and they just look like they suit, like 100% they look like they suit. So they ended up sharing a little kiss, you know, a little smoochy. They both look like they did enjoy it, but some people are saying they don't know if they trust Jacques. They feel like his head can turn easily and Casa more. But we like Paige over here. So as long as Paige is happy, I'm happy. And I'm sure you'll be happy too. So let's move on to Dami speaking to Andrew. And he was basically speaking to Andrew about how he's planning to kind of speak to Indiyah. What's very funny is like, it's low-key like the terrace is completely off limits, because I think Andrew was like, go do it on the terrace. And he was just like, oh, nah. Like, Ekin-Su has just, she's ruined that terrace for everyone. So of course, Dami ends up going to speak to Indiyah, who is speaking with Danica. So he literally just goes to break up the conversation, just like, oh yeah, like I just wanted to speak to Indiyah for like, just, you know, get some advice from her. So I'm thinking, Dami, it's your time to shine. Right, let's get into it, because if there's one thing a girl loves, it's a guy that's direct. A guy that's direct, give it to them. If you're a girl watching this year, don't let a guy waste your time. This is just genuine advice that I'm, oh, something's on my lip. Yeah, this is just genuine advice that I am giving you. Don't ever let a guy waste your time. Guys with intention, chef's what? Chef's kiss. Okay? Chef's kiss. One thing as well that I have to say is Indiyah was looking absolutely stunning. She looked so beautiful. I believe she was wearing Ferrari London. If you don't know about Ferrari London, you need to know about Ferrari London. Yeah, he basically was just like, you know, I feel like what are you feeling right now? And she's just like, what do you mean? And he's just like, I feel like I want you in my bed. I said, you guys need to understand, Dami is a Yoruba boy, okay? Dami Lola is a Yoruba boy. I knew he wouldn't disappoint. I knew Amber was making him look like one puppy, one lost puppy. No. He's a Yoruba boy. He knows what he's doing. Yes, he knows what he's doing. So he was just like, you know, I feel like I want you in my bed. And Indiyah was just like, oh, like, really? But she did say as well that she would be very open to like getting to know him on that level. So there definitely is something between both of them. I do feel like they both have a lot of good and nice chemistry between them. It did end up spudding to kind of like close the conversation, but that spud will turn into a kiss very soon. I see it, and I know you see it too. So let's move on to the Islanders getting a text, and this 100% caught them off guard. So it said that of course the Islanders were to gather around the fire pit, and you guys know when it's time to gather around the fire pit, it means something is going on. The three boys that had the lowest votes were Ikenna, Jay, and let me talk about Andrew, right? Because when they announced Jay, Andrew was like, oh, he whispered to Tasha, he said, oh, fool will be me. Don't speak too soon, because you're coming next. So yeah, they ended up voting for Andrew. I'm just thinking, you're unserious. Life comes at you fast. Don't speak too fast. And then the three girls with the lowest votes were Tasha, Amber, and Ekin-Su. I knew people were going to vote Tasha and Amber. I didn't know people were going to vote Ekin-Su, because people do really like her in the villa, because she does bring some drama. But anyway, they ended up getting a final text that the Vulnerable Islanders were to stand in front of the pit, and that the public vote was the one that was going to count, i.e. the public who voted for the lowest people and the ones who received the lowest votes were the ones that were going to leave the island. I won't lie, I'm very happy that Love Island did decide to do that, because usually they give it in the arms, Sarah. They put the power in the hands of the Islanders, and of course you guys know that a lot of the time they do like to pick their favorite people or people that they are very familiar with. So I'm glad that the public were actually able to vote for the two lowest people to leave. I think Amber might leave because a lot of people haven't liked her these past few episodes. Out of the guys, will Jay leave? I don't know if Jay will leave. Will Ikenna leave? I don't know. We're going to find out tomorrow anyway. I don't know if Andrew's going to leave. I don't know if Andrew's going to leave, to be honest. But we'll find out, yeah. We'll find out in tomorrow's episode. I don't know why I'm stressing my head out. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on that episode. I'd love to know what you guys thought down below. Personally, I do feel like it was a very, very, very strong episode. And I feel like the past few episodes have been really strong. I'm very happy that the Dami, Indiyah, Amber and Ikenna storyline has taken the forefront of the past few episodes as well. Because it means more melanin screens and more melanin scenes on our screens as well. So I do think that has actually been quite nice. As always, I'd love to know what you guys thought down below. Number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe. God willing, by the time we see each other tomorrow, we'll actually be on 25k, and I'm gonna be having a giveaway that's going to be announced here and also on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Insta, definitely follow me on Insta. But yeah, I think that's it. Good episode, I won't lie. I think that actually was quite a good episode, so I'm really looking forward to the rest of the week. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Please do take care, and I shall see you in my next one. Bye.